So I'm here to tell you that crap happens. Life happens every single day. Sometimes it's unplanned. Sometimes it's planned, and your goal is just to roll with it. So today, this is not scripted. I have nothing written down, and I'm just going to sit and I'm going to chat with you. Hey you guys, it's Kristen and welcome to the Gold Project. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you decide to become a part of our community by clicking that red subscribe button below. Also hit that bell notification so you are informed every time I post videos. I post videos at least 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And on this channel, we have a mission to get organized, on a budget, and with a plan together. So today we're talking about the on a budget part. So I have done video after video about doing budgeting and getting organized and getting your finances in order. But here's the thing, crap happens. And when you least expect it, you have your whole plan lined out and then a wrench gets thrown into your plan. So that is what has happened not once but twice in the last couple of weeks. And my husband and I have had to sit down and we've had to adjust things. Well, I would actually say 3 times. So the first time that we've had to make this adjustment when I realized that we had not taken into account Kate's Dallas trip. Kate has one big, well, it's actually 2. I'll talk about that in a minute. At the beginning of the season, we knew she had one major cheer competition weekend, and that was in Dallas. So we go to Dallas every year for the NCAA cheer competition. It is gigantic. It is an amazing experience. There are so many different arenas and so many different things going on. Last year, I had sold things and I had budgeted out to where everything was going to be paid for. This year, not so much. I don't know what happened, but I was not thinking about the Dallas trip. My husband and I were coming home or going to take Kate to cheer one day, and he goes, "Have you saved up for the Dallas trip?" And I said, "No." "Well, don't you think you need to start thinking about that?" That was in, I think, the end of December. I'm like, "Well, I was not stressing about it." He goes, "But Kristen, you're going to have to worry about it. We're not going to have that money when March rolls around." So I'm like, I was trying not to think about it. Now I've got to think about it and stress about it. So what we decided to do was, the step right now that we are in the budget is to pay off our flooring. So I did not want to do it, but instead of paying the massive amount of money that we were going to pay in January. In January, to help pay the floors off sooner, we had to pay the minimum on that, and we used the extra money to pay for Dallas. I had to put my big girl pants on and deal with the situation. I did not budget that accordingly, so it now put one of my other bills behind schedule. But we made it work. Didn't have to get the credit card out, and we got those expenses paid for. Second thing, not even a month later, my husband's truck all of a sudden starts gushing oil. I'm like, or what we thought was oil. Oh, we didn't have this planned. So, and then my car, same weekend, like 24 hours, my car was stalling, which it was driving fine on the highway. My car has been fine every single day. But once your trip hit about 2 hours, when you're trying to hit 70 miles per hour on the highway, it would hold back and not let you get above like 45. So, 2 vehicles in the shop on the same day. My husband's only ended up costing us, like, I want to say $100 maybe. It was not his oil. He did not have an oil leak. It was the transmission fluid. The pipe busted. So they had to go in and replace the pipe. It only cost us like $100. The guy was really like, "Oh, it's going to cost this." And I'm like, "No, you just made my day. I thought we were fixing to have to pay thousands of dollars." So we got that fixed. Then they looked at my vehicle, put it on the computer, and I have a Nissan Rogue 2008. I don't want to get rid of my car. I like my car. I don't have to have a new car. If I was to get rid of my car, I'd probably just get the same car I have now. And they put it on the computer, and it come to find out there's actually a bulletin on the issue. My car is okay, but it's in the computer processing. When my car goes over 2 hours, the computer thinks it's overheating, so it puts it into limp home mode, I think is what they call it, to where it's going to save its engine. So it pulls itself back to save the engine. Well, there's nothing really wrong with my car. It's not overheating. You can look at the little gauge and it's not hot, but the computer thinks it is. So the people from the shop said that it's like one step away from a recall. So there's a bulletin on it right now. So we need to take my car in to have Nissan look at it. But come to find out, my sister's Rogue, which is a year or two newer than mine, has the same issue. So I'm hoping it becomes a recall, so then it will have to get fixed and we won't have to pay for it, because my car, being a 2008, is already past warranty. So right now our goal is to get that put in the shop and get that looked at, but I'm still driving it. We're not having an issue. It's just with the computer glitch. So we're very thankful that both of those problems were not huge problems and cost us thousands of dollars. I really was scared that I was going to sit down here and tell you guys that we're not going to be able to go to Disney in December, that I'm not going to get my flooring paid off, and that I was going to have to take out a loan or something. So I'm very thankful for that. But you guys, things happen. These things happen. We had the money, but the money was supposed to be going to something else and not going to pay on cars and a Dallas trip. Third thing that happened was my daughter's cheer team got a bid to the Disney Summit for May. This is the main goal every single year of cheer. They do cheer, they go to competitions that offer summit bids. So Summit is the biggest cheer competition in the United States, and they give bids to that. Some of those are paid bids, some of them are half paid bids, some of them are fully paid bids. Well, they got a bid, and it's going to cost a lot of money. So I'm like, well, there goes my budget for the flooring once again. So I was really stressed out about it at the beginning. I'm like, oh, I did not plan on this happening. You know, that's something you really can't budget for, because you don't find out until right before you go. So I'm like, oh crap, what am I going to do? Y'all, I lost sleep over it. I had a big knot in my stomach. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And my husband's like, Kristin, we can't afford to go to the beach in the summer, to go to Disney in December, which is a huge surprise, and Kate to go to Summit in May. I'm like, that can't happen. Both of the other 2 trips that we have planned, the beach is paid for. We already have that paid for. So the beach trip is a family trip. The Disney trip for December is a family trip. It's affecting 8 different people, 8 or 9 different people. I'm not doing that for 2 of us, because Nathan and Derek will not be going to Summit in May. It'll just be Kate and me, and then my mom and possibly my sister. So I'm like, I cannot let something that is just affecting me and Kate affect the whole family. So I had a huge knot in my stomach for the longest time, like 24 hours, thinking, how am I going to make this work? How am I going to make this work? Where am I going to get this money? So I was like, we just won't be able to pay the floors off as fast as we want to. And you guys, here's the thing. The Disney trip, once August hits, or is it July? Once July hits, we'll start saving for the Disney trip. I don't care if the floors are paid off or not. That is important. It's important to my family, so we are doing it. So if the floors are not paid off, we're just going to have to extend that and keep trying to pay that off. It's just how it works. It's not what I want to happen, but sometimes we have to make choices. So my decision and my husband's decision was to use some of the money that we were going to the floors to pay for Disney, and then I'm selling things. If you have followed me on Instagram, if you're a part of that community, you know that I'm going through my house and I'm selling things that I don't need. It is not what my husband wanted me to do. But you guys, I have realized there are some things more important than stuff. Stuff can be replaced. Memories and life experiences cannot. So the Disney trips are life experiences and ones that you can't go back and redo. So I think they're more important than me having my stuff per se. So the things that I can live without, I'm selling in order to afford Kate's summit trip. So it's the big girl decision that I've decided to make, because there's no other way that I can have the money to do this, and I don't want to pull out a credit card. Which would be the other option to that. So things happen. Life happens, and you just have to roll with it. So I sit on here and I talk about budgeting and, you know, what to do with your money and how I've got my budget planner set up and how we're saving money this way. But you guys, I could not continue to do those things and not be honest with you. Things happen. My life is not perfect. My schedule is not always perfect. My budgeting is not always perfect, and it's okay. It's life, and you roll with it. So I wanted to share this with you just so you know the good and the bad, but also in case you are in the same dilemma that I've been in for 3 times in the past month or so. Evaluate what's more important and put the money and the emphasis on those things. Sometimes you may say this is what we're going to do, and life throws you a curveball and life pulls you in a different direction, and it's okay. It's okay, because that's how life works. And that's how it is for me. And since I have decided to make these decisions, and the little knot that I had in my stomach is now gone. So I know everything's going to get taken care of. I know that everything's going to work out. And it just took me thinking about it and absorbing all of the information and taking it all in and getting the overwhelmed, the oh my gosh, taken care of, to know that it's going to work and everything's going to turn out okay. So I just wanted to share the past month with you and how sometimes my budgeting does not go as planned and I have to reevaluate. So it's okay if you have to do that too. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed me just kind of unscripted and just talking and chatting with you. I would love it in the comments below if you would share with me some of your thoughts on this, with budgeting and life and just anything. Just share. Let's just talk. I love it when you guys leave me comments on my videos. I'll read every single one of them, and I comment to you. If I don't have time to comment, I will leave a little heart to show you that I do appreciate it and I have read. So you guys, I hope you give this video a big thumbs up. By giving my videos a thumbs up, it shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, and they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people, which means our community will grow and will continue to spread positivity. Also, I hope you choose to hit that red subscribe button below to become a part of our community and our mission to get organized, on a budget, and with a plan together. So you guys, I hope you have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.